How's it going, everybody? Kyther here, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we set up a train line to go all the way up there to go get a bauxite and over to our quartz as well, which there should be pretty. Actually, they're all full, I think. Yeah, the trucks come back completely full, well, except for the bauxite. I was wrong about the bauxite. That's going to unload into there. Those are going to be put back. Oh, those are just completely full. But anyway, today, while that does its thing, we're going to be setting up the aluminium production, which is going to be going down the bottom here. I've been running back with the shoes on. These ones. I keep forgetting I don't have this on. Well, I do have it on. Let's put that down along the back here. So, to start off, I have to work out how to get that out. But I think what I'm also going to do is... I may have to change this, but on the side of this, we're going to put a sort of warehouse. And I've realized up there that these freight platforms can actually be swapped around. It just means that we'd have to put another platform out this way, which would be a little obnoxious, because they look better looking in on this side than looking at the back of it. But I'll see if we... Well, I suppose I'll see what putting a little bit of a warehouse out the back here looks like first, to see whether we keep it or have to swap these around and put one on the other side. It's just up high enough where we can actually see over there. Not that we're really going to be seeing over there all that much, I suppose. Having a little warehouse there is definitely... It's definitely going to block off the train. So I got two options, in that if we were to ever put another train line there, which I don't know how viable that would be, or how likely, that's the better word. If I had the warehouse in between the two, it would be the sort of, flip this around, put the warehouse in between, and then another line. Because we are definitely... Definitely want something going sort of up the top, but whether that sort of follows this line or goes out that way, up along the Gold Coast beach that is up there, not too sure. I think I'm gonna have to swap it. So the turnaround has happened. We have a brand new station name, and that's only because I shifted this all over by another block to the east as well. One more that way. A foundation, I suppose. And we have our shed up here. No roof just yet, because I always do the roofs last. We have just enough room above with these one tall foundations. One to walk in, but there's also enough room in here so we can put down belts if we need to go out through the top. But more importantly, there's enough room to do that, and then also bring it back out and drag it down through the middle here when we need to. That may change though, because just rethinking about things. Let's just quickly see if we have room. A merger is what I wanted. A Dartic Soul. I don't think there will be room for that. To connect in. Nope. I can connect that way though. I can connect that way, I just cannot connect these two because they are too close. That would have been nice to have other things connect together, but that's fine. More or less, I just wanted these as a buffer for if we ever run, I suppose running out of power would be an issue. I don't know. I just wanted a buffer, just because I could. That's all the reason that this is here for. I didn't have enough pipes to put in the third one. Yes, third one, technically fourth one if 1, 2, 3. Anyway, there's enough room down here as well to be able to put them through the wall here, to take them out and take them where we need to. Although, don't know, I suppose we might start here then, with some refining. The other issue is how I get my quartz. I was expecting to follow through that all the way over there again. That's an issue. Well, we might as well get it going into the storage now rather than later. Also looking at how much bauxite we're getting. This is 2 trips, I think. Might be slightly biased because I think the first trip had everything backed up. Oh, lag high. But at least this way, this is definitely going to be per trip, normal trip if we use everything. Down here will definitely be empty compared to up the top. No, it looked like that was just jumping from like 50 to 0. But anyway, it's in here. And now I can work on trying to figure out how to get my quartz over here to where it needs to be. So I may have an idea. It requires that tower while building. It'll be a tower. And let me just show you what I'm thinking. So I haven't actually seen what I've done from a distance. It's not done. But basically, like how we have this, we could have, well, you can't really see it at all, a tower above in the center of the thing, and a big long beam that comes into this tower. The only problem with this is this tower may have to be moved and put here, because there is space there's space for a tower here now that I don't have the truck driving through. It would still provide the same function, because there's room underneath this one to sort of pass in the quartz. I don't know if we can see the hole that I pulled apart. It just roughly where that is, right there. Because there's space under there to do it. It might look weird. I built it out of the iron walls. I'm calling them iron walls. They don't have any difference between the two of them. But these ones cannot be colored. I don't know whether that would be a good thing or a bad thing. And unlike that one being one of these 2 walls, that's only just the one wall, so it's kind of flat. It may or may not work. I would say that the towers would at least have to be a 3x3 or 3 wide, because I was initially going to put it so it was 2 tiles wide. But the thing is, it's massive. I shouldn't need that many items to go through here. At the moment, it would just be quartz. And one thing that I have realized sort of, I don't know, in between recordings, is if I had designed this, planned this out a bit better, I could still go back and do it, just a bit obnoxious. I'm probably going to change it, but instead of just doing 1 tower per item, we're definitely going to be changing it so we have another one of these towers for the pipes somewhere else. I think a lot of the later recipes need more pipes. I could be wrong. Maybe not. Thought they did. Maybe they don't. Ah, there we go. Never mind. This is use the items that are using those. Okay, never mind that. You're having different towers, same towers for different things. But where I was going with that is we could have had floors dedicated for being able to essentially traverse through the city. Just have 1, maybe 2 floors. I was going to do it with just 1 floor, which would be just empty, like I've been doing on the bottom, Whoop. Because I kind of like this one. This one's a bit blank. But sort of between floors, and then being able to just sort of run between floors, having the walkways connecting everything as well. Like, that would have been cool. Obviously, I can't do it while I've got walls up, but that's weird. Oh, that went somewhere. Yeah, but essentially like that would have been cool. May be able to adjust things in the future to do that. It'd make being able to traverse this place a lot easier. But this could work. I've looked at it from the wrong side. I only did the walls because I wasn't sure if we were going to keep it. But yeah, this space right here, we can now put a tower here. 3x3 there. Maybe expand it? No. Well, I could if we're not using the bottom floor. Then have that tower for something else. And I'd have to double check the area here. Yeah, it's all three wides. We could probably put one there, space, and it could have it's two 3x3 towers. Which, apart from the quick wire, kind of hard to come by because they really just want the constructors. Anyway, I am been babbling on for long enough. In this clip, I think we're gonna go with this. It's a bit long, but like I said, if we put the tower here, it won't be as bad. But it looks alright, even from here. Just that it's long. I like it. I really like this a lot. I don't know why. I may have to make it higher. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it's as low as it can go. I was initially just going to keep that not there, just have it flush at the top and have these sort of join on the side. Then I decided over there to wrap it around, or have them facing backwards, make it look like it's being held and wrapped on. Back to the mic. I'm sorry. But I really like it. I've also gone away and got rid of the massive 3-pie tower because it kind of makes more sense to be smaller. It provides the same purpose, I suppose. Because again, as of now, we only need really just the one item to go through it. And we can at least fit 3 if we ever have to go that far. But I like it, and if we need more, we can just expand it, make it taller. But yeah, I think for now, we'll leave it at that height. Because it'll take a while to undo it. But I'm happy with it. I just gotta put the quartz through it now. And we can just connect the quartz in there. So, up it goes. I had to put this out that side, a little bit around this way, otherwise we were never going to get it to go up here. But I just don't fit in there. But the quartz goes all the way over there, comes out the bottom, goes in through the middle of this place, which I've sort of just adjusted. Now normally I would have things go on the outside of buildings, but because the walls of this one have the X thing on the outside, on the X side, not that side, it's sort of why I decided to put it in there. More subconsciously than anything else, otherwise I would have just brought it out along the side, the edge here. Maybe join this side and then go into here. We're just going to bring it in that side, where I now have to just hook it up into a splitter. Alright, there we go. Quartz is back. All the quartz production should be back. Get rid of that. I will fix up the holes in the walls later. And colouring that one. So now all of the things are back up and running. Which is a good thing, because we need silica to make the aluminum sheets. I always go to press C instead of X, so I had to think about that one. But in the future, very near future, we're going to have to upgrade silica thing over there. Use limestone to make some alternate recipe silica, which is convenient because on the other side of that building, next to it, over a little bit, is some limestone. So that works out perfectly. And if we get back into the recipes, we're going to need a lot of these, which is more important to being a lot of the outclad sheets, because heat sinks need them, radio control units need the heat sinks, but turbo motors need... no, wait, yeah, the turbo motors need both the heatsink and the radio control. So we're going to need a lot of outclad sheets, and we also want some being made so we can use them as the conveyor belts. So this is either going to be it's probably going to be a very tall building, and for now we're just going to temporarily get some made, just so we have production. Just going to sort of screw with things a little bit. But for now, we're going to increase the output of the silica over there to just have all 5 machines running, and max out the... that was weird. Why did you stop? Anyway, distractions aside, let's go turn all of these on. Bust in through the side here. I was very tempted to put that building over here, but we would have either had to not have the building there, which at this point in time may not need to be the case, because I would need at least 4 foundations wide, which we could do here. Plus I could have fitted in here, but like I said, I want to keep everything down there. So I don't know what we're going to do with this space. This one can now be clock speeded up. We can connect these two to the grid, have them make the make, turn it off with standby, and they're going, and now I just have to upgrade all the lines. Alright, that be done. I don't know which way around that is. It is indeed the correct way. Fall back. If not, I'll have to fix that later. And now, I think, as I was saying before, we only had the quartz in there. I think we're going to put the bauxite in through here as well, and just string it across into this building, because it's probably going to be the easiest and best way to do it, unless in the future we build out this way, and then we can string it across. Would be like so. So this has worked out. It's a little tight for space on the inside here. Probably end up changing these out for different belts at some point. Yeah, did the standard some up above, some down the bottom. Only issue will probably be in the future when I want to add more, because for now we're just going to be adding the 3. Where art thou? Hang on. It's not. You know where it is. This changes things. It goes in a foundry, doesn't it? If it wasn't there? Excuse me, game. I pressed the button. I need a foundry. Oh boy, that... well, shouldn't really change things too much. Foundry problem fixed. Although we're gonna definitely have to go through a redesign, because I like to have, you know, my smelters generally all on the bottom floor. I don't like stacking them up. May have to make an exception this time round. 30 a minute. Yeah. We're going to need a much bigger. Holy Jesus, 100 and... Did you see how much bauxite we need? Anyway, let's just hook up the inputs, and then we shall power it. That should be able to just go in there. That can all be very quickly separated. I'm kind of worried that we're not going to have enough silicon 90 a minute. Yeah, no, we only have enough for one machine over there. So, a little underwhelmed than I at first thought. That building is going to have to be redone. It shouldn't take too long. But that's taking care. It's not really worth it. I suppose they're super spread out. Let's connect this with some power. Okay, I would have thought that there was some along this side, but no. This one gets its power from the other side. There we go. That's what I wanted. No, it doesn't. They're all just interconnected. Apologies for the nighttime recording, but can't be helped sometimes. There we go. Foundry away. I suppose it does only need 7. And how quickly... Wow, bauxite wise we're only just getting the 7 with the... with that flow input. We're just getting a little bit more. But silica is nowhere near enough for the 3 that we're using at the moment. Let's just turn 2 of them off, I guess. Yep. Monitor this one. I would think that we would be at least getting 6. We might be just getting 6. Technically there. I was going to say, it should be a bit more than 6. Because this building here uses 3... just short of 3 machines, or 3.7 I suppose. So 2 machines over there are powering one of these. Which, honestly, is not really what we want. But, we are making... I'll work out where the center is, but that'll do. Hopefully I can at least walk around it. We are now making the things. Right, let's just put in a quick... That's not even remotely in the right spot. Not pay... That's what you get when you don't pay attention. And again, I'm just going to stick with these for now. Look at the pretties. Alright, well, that just didn't want to happen there, did it? There we go. We have some aluminium ingots. And a lot of it, apparently. There they all go. Nuts. I suppose you make 2 at a time. There we go. We did it. That's all. I think that's really all I have time for today. Again, the beginning of the episode took way longer than I expected, but at the same time, I have had issues with doing this because it's taken longer and I need more things than I realized. Aluminium, tough, man. Yeah, with this we can now make some alkylate sheets. Not that we really need them for anything at the moment. Well, I don't think that's true. Yeah, because we could use this to get more resources. Which would be good. Probably more important the bauxite at the moment. I realize that we're going to be flying through the bauxite really quickly. I'm only using 1 container over here at the moment. And I'm curious to see how it's holding up. Well, it's full. And it's full because I think this thing back here is pretty much full. We might be fine for the moment. Especially since we've got all of this backed up. Well, that itself isn't actually full. Oh, right. Trains won't put in unless that is actually empty. which makes sense. Speaking of train, here come train. And I think this is the one, yeah, that's the one we're using for quartz. So we're not using any of the resources near as much as we can just yet. But anyway guys, I think that's going to have to, unfortunately, is a weird way to say that, do it for today. I've also disconnected it with the top here. Would have seen that, I just didn't point it out before. Next time, that's going to have to get a revamp. But at the same time, okay, here's some explanations to expand the ending of this. Thank you for the freak out. So, need silica for this. It would be, I might end up using the first freight cart just for this and use the other silica for the rest of the base, which means I can do literally just this tower. So there's not really a point in doing that. So we'll probably just expand this tower to be crazy to fill the needs for this. This might be our first tower. I say tower with air quotes with that because it might be our first building that is legitimately just a warehouse. So, doesn't scale upwards. We could probably put stuff on top of it later. But I think we're going to have to expand this out somewhere like over there. And then, as I have pointed out before in the past, and maybe today as well, alkylate sheets require copper. We have 2 copper nodes over there. I think they're both impure nodes, though. May or may not be a problem. But that'll be with this. Make the alkylate sheets, which, again, we are going to be needing a lot of. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to stick around, see some more. I put some jump pads around the base. And next time we will expand what we've done today and in the past. Anyway, until then, bye.